Hey guys, welcome back to We Met at Acme. I'm so excited to be here today with a writer, producer, director. He does it all, and he has an incredible digital special out now. And he's going to tell us all about it. So just wait, be patient. But we're here with Dylan Landon.
Oh, hi. Thanks
Hi.
for having me. What's up to your audience? Congrats on all your success in building this community. It's awesome.
Thank
Heard a lot
you.
about you. I've seen you around doing your thing and have a lot of respect for what you've been able to build, and God bless.
Thank you. That's so
Yes.
kind. Tell us a little bit about Dylan. How old are you and where are you from?
Well, I'm 33, born and raised in Brooklyn, New York, and that's kind of what inspired this series. It's called Good Kid from Brooklyn. I'm back and forth between LA and New York. I work with A-list talent, producing content for them, directing, producing stuff that you've seen. We try to impact pop culture with our content, interacting with celebrities, etc. Working on camera myself back in the day. If there's any dance music fans, I hosted the live stream of Ultra Music Festival for 3 years, and sort of have been in that game. And fast forward to this past year, put out a scripted digital comedy series called Good Kid from Brooklyn, which is all about love, sex, dating, and relationships, based on real life. The tagline is 99% of what you're about to see is 100% true. So if you're into that, you're into something in the vein of Insecure meets Seinfeld, that's where it's at. It's on YouTube now. It's on social media. One of the clips sort of went viral with 4 million views. So very proud of that. Had great talent participating. And if you guys have time to check it out, feel free to do that. And hopefully by the end of this interview, people will want to watch.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Because people are excited to hear about you. People are excited to hear from you and to hear your perspective on dating, which I do believe is very real, like no bullshit.
No bullshit. I mean, do you talk about sex on this podcast?
Of course.
Well, I had sex last night.
You did?
Yes.
And
It was great.
who was this person?
Well, I met her last night on an
Oh,
app.
It was,
And
so it
then
was
we
a
linked
one-night
up.
stand?
Well, we'll see. I actually enjoyed her company a
Well, I was
lot.
gonna say, is it still a one-night stand if you meet on an app because you have their information? Whereas sometimes, like you meet at a bar, you have a one-night stand, you never exchange info, you never see each other again.
That's great too. In this case, I do have her information. We enjoyed our time together. We might hang out again. She was a lovely person.
So, what app was this?
Well, you know what? I'm not going to mention their name
Oh,
because they don't deserve the publicity because I've been
Okay.
banned on the app for over 6 months.
you've been banned.
I've been banned.
But then
I'm banned.
But how did it work then? How did you get back on it?
I also don't want to promote, but there's this guy. He's like a hacker. He got me back on.
Oh my
And
God.
what's funny is, and I'll tell you why I was banned, but I was almost like reluctant to rejoin because I've really enjoyed not being on the app. And here's
Right.
why.
Okay.
And I have to tell you, if you are serious about finding a long-term partner, the apps are not good.
Mm.
Here's why. Not being on the apps the past 6 months, if I met a girl that I connected with and I liked her and I had her phone number, I was treating that phone number like that Pope meme where I was holding that phone number and holding that girl in my head with a lot of value because I
Right.
knew in my pocket there's not 1,000 more matches to connect with and seek, validation from her, et cetera. So I really held that person in really high regard. And you know what? It might not have even worked to my benefit because I could maybe feel a little bit of like anxiousness toward that one person. Now with the app, there's a little bit more relaxation, right? It's like, oh, back in my pocket, I could go talk to some people. So with that said, back on the app, connected with this person. Here's the story of why I got banned.
Wait, before you tell the story,
Okay.
I have a comment on what you just
Please,
said,
yes.
which is that I actually think that's a bad thing when you hold someone in such high regard because of how you met in person.
Well, but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
It was dangerous. I was at a severe disadvantage,
Right.
because they could feel almost like that I didn't have a lot of options.
Well, it's good to know that guys go through this too, because if a girl meets a guy because he sits next to her on the plane and they have the meet cute, she like needs to marry him regardless of what he's actually like because the story is so amazing. And the other girls hear the story and they're like, oh my God, like that's so cute. I wish that was my story. So it's hard when you meet in person, like to not
Love
get
meeting in
attached.
person.
Yeah.
You cannot replicate meeting in person, meeting on an app
You
because
can't.
whether it's sexual energy or chemistry, that spark of seeing someone and be like, wow, I like my body just is like, I need to talk to that person.
Right.
You can't replicate on the app. Not to
No.
say meeting on an app is a bad thing,
No.
but for me personally, you can't replicate
It's a different experience.
different experience.
So why were you banned?
I was banned because I was in Orlando
Mm-hmm.
and I matched with an attractive woman who mostly 5 out of 6 photos was from neck up.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Pretty face, nose ring, Fine. One photo showed her body, but she was like leaning forward, sort of like using her arms to like showcase her cleavage a little bit. And she had a
Mm.
tattoo. I could see that, but you couldn't really see her body. Fine. Match. I go, what is there fun to do in this town? She says, murder people. This person should be banned. Soliciting violence. Anyway, she said, so then I say, yeah, but then you'd get locked up, but you probably like cuffs. Thank you. And she said,
Such a red flag on both accounts, honestly.
Right.
Well, actually, no, not on hers because she was being funny.
yeah,
I think.
yeah,
We'll see how the story ends.
So, and they said, but you probably like cuffs. And she says, only from hot guys with tattoos. And I said, well, I don't have any tattoos. And I say, okay, well, if you show me what your body looks like, you could come over later. I'm being cute now. And I truly mean,
Cute? Okay.
show me a full body length photo
Sure.
of your body, not nudity.
I hope that this is like Tinder because you cannot behave like this on Hinge.
But here's the deal. I truly, from the bottom of my heart, only meant you have no photos showing your body. Show me a full-length photo of your body so I know, And then she goes, contrary to what I was assuming about her appearance, oh, I'm not that type of girl. You got the wrong person. I'm like, okay, whatever. God bless. Go log back in the account.
Right.
Banned. Appealed. Banned. So that was that.
So here's what I'm going to say. I understand the ban because, again, I don't know what app this is, but unless it's an app strictly for hookups, which a lot of these apps claim they're not, regardless, I don't think you can ask to like see body photos on an app because it kind of sounds like you're saying, send me nudes.
It does. And I could see her point of view, and anyone who I tell this story to
Right.
probably sounds like I was asking for nudes.
Mhm.
I don't want to see that. Like, don't send me those. I don't want to see that. I literally just meant you're not showing your physical body in any of your photos. I'd like to know what you look like if we were going to meet up. That's all I personally meant. But I could imagine from a person at the account that's reviewing it, they might think otherwise.
I hear you, but I think at the same time, it's like you're emotionally intelligent enough to know that if this woman is not showcasing her body in any of these photos, maybe she's insecure. Maybe there's a reason that her body is not out there. Maybe she wants a guy to fall for her face,
And she had a pretty face.
Right.
She did.
So why couldn't we have left it at that?
Well, because
for
here's
one
the
night
deal.
in Orlando.
Here's the deal. All the stuff, when guys, for me personally, when you're saying stuff, it's really a crapshoot. It's like 50-50. It's like when you say this thing or you call this person, they're either going to answer and they're like, oh my God, thanks for calling. Or they're going to be like, why is this psychopath calling me? So the same thing with saying, hey, show me what your body looks like and maybe come over later. There's a chance she would have been like, ooh, that's hot. Let me send a photo and maybe I'll come over later.
Right.
So you're really just taking a chance. So there's 0% chance if you don't try at all, or 50-50 shot of like, let me send this out there and maybe she's receptive to that. And maybe all of a sudden we're having a good night.
Okay.
Or you're banned.
Perhaps. Well, actually, that brings me to one of our hot takes. So here's what we're going to do. Actually, sorry, before we get into the hot takes, but remember where we were, people. I would love to know your favorite romantic gesture. Because it sounds like, and I don't want to make assumptions, but it sounds like you're at a place in your life where you're having fun, not taking dating seriously.
Well, interestingly, I really do think at this point in my life, I am open to a wonderful person to spend more consistent time with.
Mm-hmm.
If it goes beyond that, fantastic.
Okay.
But that's where I truly feel right now. Yeah.
Your favorite romantic
My
gesture?
favorite romantic gesture. Just for humans, I love when people express themselves. So if you're feeling unhappy, happy, uncomfortable, want something, don't want something, just say it. Like sharing how you feel in the moment, to me, I think like breeds intimacy. Like even guy or girl, just humans interacting. Someone that just shares how they feel, you feel like close and connecting to them.
Open communication.
Open communication. So I really enjoy someone that's expressing themselves, says what they want, has, just not embarrassed to share their feelings, because I think that's really cool.
I like that. When is your birthday?
November 24th, Sagittarius.
Yeah, I knew it was a fire sign.
Libra.
I knew it was a fire sign, but I didn't know. Wait, what did you say?
Sag, Libra.
Oh, okay.
Moon rising.
Libra rising, Libra moon.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Mm.
You're definitely having fun right now.
Well, you know what? As a guy, I
Yeah.
do feel like this is like sort of the time for like guys to kind of be in their moment, kind of having a little bit more success at work, maybe a little bit more freedom to do things financially, and, physically looking good. A 23-year-old guy is not in a position to, attract the women that he likes per se. but maybe a 33-year-old guy is.
So you feel like you were a late bloomer.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I just also think the dynamic between men and women is like most women are not going to be attracted to a 23-year-old guy with like not a lot of money or not a lot of like
No,
influence in
of
life.
course not. I mean, unless they're a
Yeah.
23-year-old
Right.
girl with the same situation.
Exactly.
Yeah. So you feel like you're capitalizing on this moment where you feel like you're thriving.
Yes, I'm enjoying the current status of life.
But if someone were to come around and knock your socks off, like potentially
Yeah.
the girl from last night,
Yeah. Well, if you're going to be my long-term partner and potentially my wife, you have to be an angel on earth.
an angel on earth.
Angel on
Does
earth.
that mean she wouldn't have slept with you last night?
No, it has nothing to do with that.
Oh.
No, zero. Just like, who are you as a person? Are you kind? Are you selfless?
Right.
Do you like, kind, selfless is definitely like top of there. Are you like nurturing? Are you warm? Are you,
Mhm.
do you care about other people? Are you family oriented? Stuff like that.
So what went well last night?
Well, open communication. Like
Mhm.
right off the bat, we like clicked, very easy to talk to, stuff like
You
that.
met up at an apartment or at a
No,
public
we
place?
met. Well, we actually had a fun night.
Oh.
It ended up being good. First of all, it's Sunday night, by the way. I'm not big on like going out. It was like 9 o'clock. I was in my
Right.
underwear watching Suits. So I was like ready to just stay in. And she ended up being like, well, I'm actually coming into the city to do this thing at like 11. We can meet then. And I was like, oh God, but I didn't say that. I was like, okay, just being open to it. So we meet at a local place near my spot, have one drink at like 11:15, stay there for almost like an hour, have a
Wow.
nice chit chat. She had to go somewhere for work, like a nightclub.
Mhm.
And she was like, do you want to come? I was like, okay. And we went, we like danced, and it was like a vibe, and we had a great time. And throughout this time, we were sort of like getting a little bit more romantic and cute and all along those lines. And we really connected. And she came over and we had a nice time.
I love that.
Yeah.
How did things end? Did she spend the night? Did she
She
leave?
did spend the night. I was
Mhm.
happy to sleep over. I love sleepovers.
Mhm.
I love cuddling. I would tell a
Sorry,
girl.
so because you're based in LA right now. Where
I'm
in
like
New York?
60-40 LA, New York, because I
So
work in
where
New
are
York.
you guys at a hotel?
Right now, I do a lot of this. I'll plug Yes Nomads on Facebook. Do you know about Yes Nomads?
I've heard of it.
It's great. Private Facebook group. People say, hey, I'm going away for X dates. Apartments available. Hit me up. And it's like subletting, but off the books. So it's awesome. Highly recommend joining Yes Nomads.
Do you pay for it?
You do, but you
Okay,
just
okay.
pay that person directly.
Right,
There's no
right.
like lease
Sure,
signings
sure,
or
sure, sure.
something. So I had a cool apartment, and then love sleepovers, love cuddling, love being touched, and so that was really enjoyable. And oftentimes, women may not believe me, but if nothing happened besides just like coming over and hanging out and like maybe cuddling, like totally fine. I
Mm.
just really like the companionship, and I like physical touch, and I like that stuff. So I say often, like, totally come over, nothing has to happen, all good. If you want to believe me or not, God bless, but truly. So
And what time did she leave this morning?
I was planning on waking up at 7 a.m. and
Mm.
going to the gym and getting
Mhm.
the day started.
Right.
Didn't get out of bed till like 8:45.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and then we took a walk and walked to the train, and maybe we'll see her again.
Okay.
I would be open to that.
Have you texted her since? So
No.
Let me just give context. It's like 12:15 p.m. You left each other at 8:45 a.m. So no text has been sent yet.
No.
You're saying that as if like, why would I text her?
Yeah, why would I text? Well, I'm asking.
Because I personally, if this were me and I had just given sex to a guy, which I hold very, important, he better fucking text me the next day.
No.
I'll give him till 2
It's 4 hours,
p.m.
but it's the same day.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you said next day.
No, like the day well, I wouldn't have slept over, but
Right.
let's say that I did. He should text me.
I
yeah.
will be texting her later today.
Okay.
Yes,
Good.
I
I'm
will
glad.
be. I will.
That
be.
just makes me feel a little bit safer.
I will be texting her later
that
today.
the text will be sent.
1,000, maybe like an 8 p.m.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I'm
here's
thinking about an 8 p.m. text.
8 p.m. feels like a little late. I would do like the 5 to 6.
Now, what would you text? Something like bantery, something like
something
irreverent.
bantery.
Yeah,
like
irreverent.
something about the club last night, or like
Right.
maybe you had an inside joke from last night.
Well, this brings up a good topic about
Mhm.
texting. Me personally, I'm not a big texter.
Mm.
Like, I don't really enjoy having like text conversations. I will call you, we'll talk, maybe make plans via text, maybe chit. But like, I'm not gonna. Me personally, don't have full conversations via text. Happy to call you, love calling. But here's my question: early stages, what's the threshold of a guy texting, showing interest versus being too available,
Mm.
and sort of the temperature of the woman to like him or not based on that?
Right. That's a great question. I'm glad you asked, because one of the hot takes, and I was going to get to this one later, but one of the hot takes is that men who text you a ton are almost always red flags. And I'll explain what this person means. I believe that she means like text a lot with no intention to make a new date to see each other, or text a lot, before the first date. Which I agree, that's red flag behavior, because that happens to a lot of friends of mine, and then the guy never ends up like, following through. But I think, again, like, I don't know what this woman wants, right? She might have just wanted a one night stand for all I know. But let's say that she's interested in you and she wants to date you. I think that text today or call today, whatever you're comfortable with. Call would freak me out personally, but if you're into that.
So you're one of those people that's like, why is a psychopath calling me?
Yeah, for sure. Like, at least a heads up to be like, hey, I'm not a big texter. I'm
Right.
gonna call you at
Right.
5.
Right.
That's
You like
hot.
those?
That's
Hey,
hot.
hey,
Yeah.
gonna call you at 5. Yeah, that's cool.
hot.
Right.
Like, I might be like not available,
Yeah.
but it's cool that you.
And then you're gonna be
warned
thinking
me.
about that call coming at 5 o'clock all day.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. And so I think, for you, since you say you're not a texter, which I have to say I do think is usually a myth. Like, usually when a guy's like, I'm not a big texter, and he tells it to the girl, he's preparing her to not have expectations because his interest is low, But I think in your case, if it's because you like to call instead and you clarify that, then that's fine. And then you call, sporadically. If you have intentions to make this person your girlfriend and already, or after the second date, you should be communicating every day. Not like all day, every day, but like at least a check-in once a day to be like, hi, I'm still here, still interested.
Well, to that point, on the other side of things, there was a girl recently I'm, hanging out with, chatting with. She's terrible at communication. And I made a point to say, hey, you know what? If we're going to continue to hang out, I do think there should be just like a minimum level of respect for, someone's time, and just like not leaving them hanging for X amount of time.
Oh God, you said that to her?
Absolutely. I'm very upfront and
I'm
out,
just curious, like how you would feel if a girl said that to you.
Well, that's a great point, because it depends. Do I like them? How much have we been hanging out and stuff? So I think if it's warranted, I would say, you know what? You're right. I'm sorry. I don't think about it in that way, but maybe I'll be more conscious moving forward. And I think that's a healthy thing for maybe to someone say back. Now, I'm a person that, like, when you text me, if I have my phone in my hand, I'm texting you back right away. I don't like the idea of having that text burning a hole in my pocket like all day. I think 10 minutes is the most to make somebody wait, if you want to just like give it a little second. I also think as a society, if we can move past those those things that make us like or not like someone based on how long they waited to text us back.
Ridiculous.
If we can move past that, that would be amazing. I don't think we're moving past that so fast, but that'd be really cool for all of us.
I agree. As somebody who has a ton of rules when it comes to dating, I think the dumbest thing you could ever do is intentionally wait to respond to someone. First of all, be a busy person, period. Be a person who's living your life. And if you just so happen to be a busy person living their life who sees the text come in, respond to the fucking text. Like, no one, and it's like a lot of people, men and women, will play these games where they're like, oh, she took 5 hours, I'm going to double it and take 10. It's like, why?
Because also you're building rapport.
Exactly.
So how are you going to build rapport by waiting 12 hours to respond to a text?
You're not.
But this is also why I like to call, because I personally don't want to be at the mercy of waiting 6 hours for somebody to reply when we have to build that rapport, make plans or whatnot. And also, as a guy, power dynamic, like me sending that text to you and it just lingering there for 6 hours, like I'm at a severe disadvantage for this relationship right now.
Right.
And so I'm not trying to put myself in a scenario where I'm just at the mercy of waiting 6 hours for you to respond.
I hear you, but that also feels controlling a little bit, because you're like, I need to put her on the spot on a phone call because I can't even handle.
Yeah. No, but
waiting.
here's the phone call. Oh, you want to do a pretend phone call?
Let's do the phone call.
Okay, you're gonna pick up the phone.
I'm the girl from last night, or
No,
just
you're
anyone?
you.
Okay.
You're any girl.
Okay.
And we met, and now I'm calling you.
Okay.
Okay.
Hi.
Hey, what's up?
Not much. Just walking back from the studio. What's up with you?
Oh, you're so busy. You crush it. That podcast is on fire. You're the best.
Thanks.
Okay, maybe you don't have enough belief in yourself as much as I believe in
Just
you,
a,
but I
like,
believe
just
in
like
you, Lindsay.
just an array of compliments.
Always. Anyway, I thought it was great meeting you the other night. I thought like totally clicked. I would love to hang out again if you're open to that. Are you around maybe like tomorrow or the next day?
I'm not around tomorrow. I have a dinner with my girlfriends, but hold on, let me pull up my calendar. How's Tuesday?
Let me check real quick. Tuesday's great. All right, perf. It's looking good. I'll call. You know what? I'm gonna text you the info. We'll stay in touch. I'll pick a place. It'll be all taken care of, and I'll see you then.
Great.
All right, love it. Talk to you soon.
Cool.
All right, bye.
Okay. One red flag there. I don't like the perf from a guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? But overall, my point is look how much we accomplished in about 15 seconds.
We did accomplish, yeah. But then as a girl who loves planning, I need a follow-up text. Hey, made us a reservation
Absolutely.
Tuesday, 7
Done.
at Dante.
Done.
Mhm.
Done. And as Dante, would you recommend for a date?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. If they have
By the
left.
way, side business for you, you should just be like like the go-to person for like date activities. We spend so much brain power
Right.
finding the place, picking the plant, making the plan. That's a business.
I actually agree with you. I wonder if there's like because I have a Patreon. I wonder if I could do just like a tier that's just like I will tell
Yes.
you where to take the
Yes. Yes.
girl. Yeah.
You will have 1 million customers.
Okay. I'm gonna do that. All right, back to the hot takes. Okay, so this one I wanted to bring up before when you asked for the body pic of the girl on the dating app. This was the hottest take of all the hot takes, so we're coming in hot here.
Love it.
Discussing this first. And this came from a woman. She said, don't complain about getting treated casually when you put up slutty pictures. And the reason I'm not editing her words, I'm not saying that she's, slut shaming, but I'm not saying that she's not slut shaming. And if she's listening, I'm not trying to attack you. I'm just being honest that, I don't like the word
Me
slutty
neither.
when you
I
describe
just
when you describe women.
that word.
But this is
yeah.
what she said, and I'll change it. I guess,
Well,
if
for
we're going to
the sake of this, you could say
for
it.
the sake of this, don't complain about getting treated casually when you put up suggestive photos. We'll change it to that,
Mhm.
right? Do you agree or disagree with this hot take?
I would, yeah, sure. If you're selling hot dogs and I come over there asking for hot dogs, that would make sense.
Right.
So I would, venture to say that might be in line with your personality. I don't think anyone not in that vibe would share photos like that. If you want to feel sexy and that's all good, God bless. But one would assume that whatever you're putting out is a reflection of who you are as a person.
I agree with the sentiment. I feel like I do have some friends who will be like, I just don't understand. I always like date the fuck boys or the guys who like just want, to have fun. And then I'm like, well, your whole Instagram is like, really sexy and like sensual. And I think that that's okay in moderation. But like if every photo is like another photo of yourself being hot, then I understand that they're thinking
Yes.
that they're getting this hot girl who's very sexualized.
And I would say that based on your photos, we're pretty much categorizing you as this girl likes sex or, not that we're going to bang on the first time we meet, but
Sure.
like, again, it's probably a reflection of your personality. Me personally, I like girls that look like that. I like hot Latina chicks that are sexy,
Right.
that might have tattoos or like, however, I also like a kind, caring angel on earth who, so there's different things. There's
Right.
different, there's
Right.
different
Different
reasons.
strokes.
Different strokes, of course.
I will say, so I used to do this thing on dating apps where I would have like, kind angel on earth photos. And then I would have like one bikini photo.
Great.
And it was a trap. So like if the guy liked just the bikini photo,
Right.
I would be like, you
Now-
lost.
Now, I don't know if every guy is open to this, but I know for a fact that the women are judging you based on which photo you like.
1000%.
So I know you know that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to purposely
Oh,
pick
to
the book
show
smart.
me that you just want to fuck.
No, I'm going to pick the bookwormy photo
Oh,
because
yeah,
I know
yeah, yeah.
you're going to be like, oh, look, he picked the bookwormy photo. He's
Yeah.
thoughtful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that.
So it's like basically just don't trust them regardless.
It doesn't matter.
Well, I actually don't think that a guy should be responding to a photo at all. I think he
Prompt.
should respond to a prompt. Yeah.
I think, but here's the deal. If you take 100 men's profiles and 100 women's profiles, a women's profile, generally speaking, will have a lot of text information because that's how women are attracted using their mind. Would I be correct in saying that mostly? Versus a man would just look at someone sexy and be like, I want to. And a woman might want to read something that shows cases his personality or maybe his position in life and whatnot.
Men are more photo centered.
So me personally, I don't even write that much because it's just not thinking that way. It's like I have all my prompts are like one line, one line, one line. So if you like a prompt of mine, great. What about this? Liking a photo, but responding to the prompt as the thing to say.
Oh, I like that. Yeah. Like if she's like, I'm the girl who like orders the guac, and then you like, because that always happens, and then you like her photo and you're like, but is the guac, cilantro or no
table
cilantro?
side, made table side or something like that.
Okay.
Can we talk about red flags?
We can. We definitely can.
No, because I think red flags are a red flag.
Oh.
It's so judgmental to like be judging people based on like little things about their lives that like you're now putting them in an entire box. And like, I think that's so short-sighted for anybody to do. It's like people are who they are. Get to know them a little bit. Don't judge a book by its cover. If that's who they are, maybe they're learning, they're growing, and God bless.
Well, everyone's gonna have a red flag. The difference between red flags and deal breakers are that you can have at least 3 red flags, and that's actually another hot take.
Another hot take.
Someone said you only get 3 things to be picky about. After that, you just don't want a relationship that badly.
I mean, for me, because I'm here speaking for myself. Are you just like a kind person? Are you like a rude B word that's like mean to like that's probably my only thing. Other than that, it's like, are you like a complainer that doesn't enjoy life? Like that's hard to be around.
So
that's probably my only thing. What could possibly else be a red flag? Like
so that's one of yours. Okay. You don't like complainers. That's such a Sagittarius thing, by the way. Not to put you in a box.
No, but going back, you can express yourself, hey, if I'm dissatisfied with something, let's like make it better. But just like to be living in the complaint all the time.
No one likes that.
Yeah, no one likes that.
But what are your other 2?
I really, that's it. Are you like a kind person? Like, that's it.
Yeah.
Like, that's my only.
That's good.
Yeah.
We'll try to perpetuate that.
Yeah.
Okay. This person's hot take is summer is the best time to meet someone. Do you agree or disagree?
Yeah. I mean, people are out, right? Vibes are high.
Yeah.
Vibes are high.
Yeah, I don't even know if this is a hot take.
No,
this is just a
vibes
fact.
are high. People are out. Less clothing. It's hot. Rooftop parties. Ibiza. Vibes.
What was that?
Ibiza.
But then
and
after
then vibes.
Oh, vibes. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna like me that much, honestly. A lot of perfs, a lot of vibes.
No, I like you a lot as a friend.
Okay, good. Yeah.
So that's all that matters for us.
Absolutely. I do think we're gonna be friends.
Yeah, agreed. When having the first sleepover, okay, these are 2 hot takes in one. 2 different hot takes. Someone said, when having the first sleepover, go to his place instead of yours. The other half of the hot take is someone saying, no, go to your place instead of his. Where are you going for the first sleepover?
At the guy's house, 1,000,000,000,000,000%.
Why?
It's power dynamics. It's like, that's the
Who
woman.
has the power when you go to the guy's house?
Equal, but that's what happened. That's just the rite of passage. That's just the balance of it. It's hard to describe. It's like can't describe it. It's like evolutionary psychology. It's like woman comes over to the guy's house. I think she feels, he's his domain, protective of her, his bed, he holds her type of thing. Not against the guy going over there at all in any way. I'm just saying if you're going to pick one or the other, it's definitely she goes to his place.
Disagree. So if this is the first time we're hooking up but I'm not sleeping over, I would go to his place because I would leave,
right.
And like, I don't want to have to kick someone out. But if I'm having a sleepover and that's like a commitment, I probably need him to come to me because I'm the type of woman, perhaps high maintenance, that has, wears contacts, that has her skincare routine, whatever it is. And so like, I gotta be on my turf.
Well, what would be amazingly sexy? If you were like, sure, but you have to come over.
Yeah.
I'd be like,
that's 1,000%.
Like 1,000%. It goes back to like the communication stuff, like not being shy to be like, yeah, let's do that, but you have to come over.
No,
Guy will be there in a second.
I would explain it. Like I would be like, no, I wear contacts. I don't have them.
Happy to do it. Also, I don't know, is life different from back in the day? Because like in the movies when like a guy like walks her home and she's like, do you want to come up? Like that's obviously her place.
Right.
So it's like, does that not happen anymore because like Uber or
No. It should happen. And
right,
again, goes back to why dating in the summer is the best time because you're getting walked home
right.
because it's a beautiful night.
Yes.
You know?
Good point.
And yeah,
Because I think overall that would probably have been more common back
right.
then.
Well, the guy's also not allowed to say, "Do you want to come up?"
Right.
Anymore.
Oh, to when I'm in front of your door or my own door?
Your own door. Unless it's like after the 4th date.
Yeah. No,
maybe.
I'm just like, you want to come over?
Yeah, but then, so if
you have to say it because just in case she says
I hear
yes.
you, but if you're asking me to come over before like the 3rd date, then I'm like, he's just trying to fuck, which is fine if that's what you want.
Or cuddle.
Probably the other. Okay. Lots of women break up relationships too soon. Do you agree with this hot take?
I really wouldn't be able to comment on it. I'm not sure.
Hmm.
I'm not sure. I also will tell you that, New York and LA is very different. I feel like in New York, there's more just like real women,
right?
Everyone's, LA is a little bit more like flighty and,
yeah.
more like celebrity driven and like Insta models and stuff like that.
Yeah,
In New York, I think when you meet a woman that's like a nice person from like a good family.
Do you feel like you've ever been broken up with too soon?
I feel like broken up with too soon. I mean, I feel I'm heartbroken like every other day. Like the girl that didn't answer me the other day, I was heartbroken for a week.
Yeah.
Because we're talking, I called her, she didn't answer for a week. I thought, all right, we were done.
Right.
Didn't answer for a week. Then I'm in Ibiza. She texts me, hey, what are you up to tonight? That's where I didn't answer because I was literally in the middle of Ibiza.
Right.
But here's some psychology stuff. She doesn't answer me for a week. This is the same girl I told her about like the communication kind of issues. She doesn't answer me for a week. I'm in Ibiza. She's like, hey, what are you up to tonight? I don't answer her. The next day, she's like, what is this, the cold shoulder? I'm like, no, I'm in Ibiza. I would never do that. Babe. I said, babe. How do you feel about babe?
Such a red flag.
What, babe?
Yeah. No babes like before you're official.
So here's the thing with babe. Because I do,
diminutive.
Okay, and condescending. I could see your point of view. However, the way I personally use it is just instead of saying like, bruh,
why would you say bruh?
Because like I'm talking, I'm like, oh yeah, come on, bro. Like, come on, babe. Like, I'm not like, oh, baby,
No, but still, it's like, I'm not your babe.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do some girls like it?
No.
Lindsey's the best.
Okay, this is another hot take. You should know within the first few minutes, period.
No, not true. Yesterday, I didn't think it was going to where it was going. And because I was learning more about her personality.
I agree. And thank you for saying that because I really do. It's factual that guys get to know, like as they get to know women, that's when their feelings develop. And I don't know if you watch Love Island.
I've seen episodes.
Yeah. But like you were watching it in front of us. The guy towards the end is like obsessed with the girl, whereas the girl was obsessed with him in the beginning when she didn't even know him.
Right, because do you think she has an idea about him at the beginning?
Yeah, of course. If they don't text you within 4 hours of the first date, so hold on. We're talking date. You went out to dinner. You did not go home together.
Fine. Went on a date. First date.
You walked her home. You had a little kiss.
Yep.
Whatever. If the guy doesn't text you within 4 hours of that kind of date, they aren't into you. True or false?
Absolutely false. Zero. He might talk to you in 2 days from now and ask you out again.
Oh God, no. If he's into you, he'll text you that night or the next morning, but more that night. Any guy that's ever become my boyfriend.
But here's the deal. It goes back to like, oh, I don't want to show you that I like you too much because you're not going to like me.
Fine. So then next morning.
Fine.
Yeah.
But okay, but can we unhatch that about share more about the women's psyche of like me texting you, showing interest versus, oh, he's too available, he likes me. And now I don't like him that much.
No one says he's too available, he likes me, unless they already don't like you.
Right. If you get a text from the guy you like, you're happy.
Yeah.
Because you like him.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So no one's mad at the text within the 4 hours of the first date.
Right.
Like you're on this like cloud, you're enjoying
4 hours of first date. So you get home at 12 o'clock from the day, 11:30, probably the next morning at that point.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Hey, saying what? Hey, I had a good time. Let's do it again.
No, you say something from an inside joke. That's like always the
reference
thing. Yeah. Sharing locations is unhealthy.
Very unhealthy.
I agree. I couldn't agree more. I actually only share locations with my family and my friends. and I never look at it unless I'm like, I need to know where my mom is this moment. But I have friends who will literally text me and be like, why are you guys at Mount Sinai? Is
Right.
everything okay?
Yeah.
And I'm like, you need to get a life. Like, that is scary.
Don't be looking at somebody's phone. I don't even look at girls. I don't even follow girls that I talk to on Instagram. I don't look at their Instagram. I don't want to look at your phone. There's nothing that you're going to see on your partner's phone that's going to make you happy.
No,
You
no,
could be
no.
at your grandma's birthday and you're going to be thinking, well, who's taking the photo?
Right.
There's nothing good that to come out of looking at someone's phone.
I agree until
Zero.
like you're more serious.
But
Oh, no, not
no,
sorry. Hold on. Not
then-
looking at someone's phone, but following each other on Instagram. once
Sure.
you're more
Yes.
serious.
Yeah. Fine.
This person said heels on a first date is a no.
False. Rocket, girl. Do your thing. Live it up. Looking hot. I do love girls in sneakers, though.
Yeah, no,
Love
I'm
girls
a
in
big
sneakers.
sneaker for first
Love
date.
girls in
It
sneakers.
depends. If the guy's like over 6'2", I'll wear heels. Maybe.
Also,
a
like what are you
small
doing
heel.
on a first date? You going to dinner?
Yeah, it depends what we're doing.
Yeah, dinner's not really a first date kind of vibe.
Yeah, it's true. It's always better when a guy has sisters. Do you have sisters?
I have sisters. I have 3 sisters.
You do
It's-
actually?
Of course I do.
It's you and 3 girls.
It's 6 of us. I'm the youngest of 6.
What?
It's 2 boys, 3 girls, me.
Oh my God. Are you what's that? Are you like the Duggars?
Are we like
There's just so
Mormons
many
or
of
something?
you, yeah.
No. We have an interesting family story for sure.
Okay. Are you religious?
No, we're
Just like a big-
proudly Jewish, but
just a
very
big
Brooklyn
family.
Jew. Just
Yeah.
spiritual for
Okay.
sure.
I love that for you.
Yeah.
But
I would say yes, absolutely. It's you grow up with women around you. You know, you have
Yeah.
sensitivity to women, and absolutely.
But you have younger girl siblings?
No, I'm the youngest.
Oh, you're the youngest,
youngest.
of everyone.
Yes.
That makes sense. But I think that the ideal situation is the guy has younger girl siblings because then he's like already protective of women.
Right.
But girl siblings in general for a guy is a good.
Now,
is a
so
good
when
thing.
I think obviously when you meet someone, you hope they have siblings. Just do you have siblings?
I do, yeah.
Cool. you just hope someone
So
has
you hate
siblings.
only children.
But yes. But with that said, if I meet a girl and she's the oldest, I'm happy to hear that because you want your partner to be nurturing and stuff like that. So I do like to be
Yeah.
taken care of.
Yeah, I'm also the youngest, so
Yeah.
certainly not nurturing over here.
Yeah. Well, you're married.
I am
Mazel.
married. Thank you.
Mazel.
Thank you.
And during the course of this venture is
Mhm.
when you met your partner and it all came together.
During like when I had my podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so in real time, did you feel like everything you had discussed up until that point and even after was like in line with the way you guys met and fell in love and the way it played out? Or is there no rhyme or
Oh.
reason to everything?
Yeah, great question. Yes and no. Like I, mentioned before I have some dating rules and I broke one of those rules with him. But I did what like felt right and it was like an out of confidence move. Other than that, yeah, like we met in person. It was really nice. But if I had met him on an app, that also would have been totally fine with
Totally.
me. Yeah.
Yeah. No, my sister and her husband met on an app. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. That's great. Okay, this person said the less awkward the goodbye, the worse the date. If it's awkward to say bye, it went well.
If it's awkward to say bye, it went well. Not necessarily, no, because you've been just like vibing the whole time, clicking. And it's like, it depends how smooth you are as people. But, that first kiss is sometimes very awkward or sometimes not at all. And that's sort of like, the best thing about that is not to think about it. Hopefully it just like happens in like a nice, casual, fun way. Maybe you're in the booth I like to sit on the same side on a date.
Oh no.
Oh, yes.
Oh god.
1000%. This is not a job interview. There should be some physical contact. We should be sitting next to each other. And yes, the one positive of sitting across from each other is the eye contact. There's that. Fine. With that said, when you're sitting next to somebody, you could like enjoy the space together and then turn and talk and really have this moment together and your knees are touching and maybe you're touching her, so definitely physical contact. Highly recommend. Definitely
Yeah.
sit on the same side.
I'd rather sit like adjacent.
Like in a booth and you're both on like a corner. Yes.
Then
that's
on the same
Yeah, that's
side.
perfect.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Okay, last thing we're going to discuss is, before you tell us about your amazing special, is the taxi cab theory. Have you ever heard of it?
No, please share.
Okay, so I don't want to fuck this up. I'm going to pull it up. But basically, the taxi cab theory is from Sex and the City. And it means like you can only really date men when their taxi light is
Oh,
on.
1000%.
So
Love.
so
She
men
that was the most beautiful writing in the history of the show for
yeah,
sure.
so men are like taxis when they're available, their cab light is on, and when they're not, it's off.
Yes, more than likely, the woman that guy marries will be the person that enters his life when he's ready to get married. So
Mm.
it might not be the perfect person or the biggest love of his life or whatever, but when he's not ready to do that, it's not going to happen. And if you try to make that happen, it's not going to be good. And then at some point he's going to be ready and the person in his life will be the right person. But I'm very into God and the universe, so the person that is in his life at that right time is most likely the right person.
Yes, that last caveat is what made me agree with what you said.
Mhm.
I do feel like sometimes people will taxi cab theory their way into thinking that they were the one for a guy and it didn't work out, and that's not true, unfortunately.
Mm.
You just weren't the one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, right, because when he is ready, it doesn't mean you are that one.
Right. Because then he'd call you.
Yeah, he might meet 4 women while he's ready,
Sure.
and
Right, exactly. Tell us about Good Kid from Brooklyn.
Okay, so here's the project. It's really inspired by Insecure and Seinfeld. It's me and 3 of my real friends, played by actors. My best friend group in LA is very diverse, mixed Black, Mexican, gay kid, a girl, and just like a white bro, and me. That's our squad. There's real life red carpet footage of me interacting with celebrities on it. So it's inspired by my real life as an on-camera personality. And almost down to the lines in the show, everything that happens is exactly real. So it's about love, sex, dating, and relationships. And there's some meet cutes in it, and there's a lot of poignant moments about life. And hopefully we can share some stuff as poignant as that taxi cab theory in it. And it's on YouTube now at Good Kid from Brooklyn, on my Instagram at Dylan Landon, its own Instagram page at Good Kid from Brooklyn. And we have some great people in it. Amanda McCants is in it, who you might seen on your phone. And she's part of the clip that went viral. And one of the clips that was popular is, bringing a girl back to my place. And maybe it's not as nice as she thought it might be. And comedy ensues from there.
I love it. And
so, yeah, it would mean a lot if everyone checks that out.
Yeah.
Because just this one clip has 4 million views. That's amazing.
That's huge.
God willing, the whole show itself on YouTube would get, that kind of success.
Totally. Do you think that it's a good date night activity?
To watch it?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Done.
It's 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of points. And I would really appreciate if you watch it. I'm curious what you think.
I'm going to watch it. And I think that everyone listening.
Because you saw the trailer.
Yes, I saw the trailer. It was hilarious.
Thank you.
And I think that everyone listening, who's date 5+ should have a movie night with their significant, maybe future significant other, or if you already have a significant other, and pop this on and good conversation starters.
Oh, a lot of conversation. Yeah, in bed. Well, that's the thing too. That's what's funny. It's like when you're with your partner and like something on TV happens and it's like a reflection of your relationship and it's happening and you're watching it, like that feeling you feel and you're like looking to see if they notice, and they probably do.
Yeah, I always like pause and I'm like, let's discuss this.
Oh, wow. Is your partner as open, like therapeutically as you are?
I don't know that he's as open therapeutically, but he's open to whatever discussion I want to have, which is really nice.
That's good.
Dylan, can you leave us with a quote or piece of advice that has helped you throughout the years?
Make life happen.
Love that.
That's it. You want something that you got to go out there and make life happen. Are we done? I can talk to you for like another hour.
I know, it's really sad.
Because we should like do a little like rapid fire about like just like men and women. Because I was happy that I was happy we talked about the texting stuff about like, so it's like the end, you would summarize that as like, if she likes you, it's fine to text her. You're not really at risk of anything.
Text her.
I thought the red flags, I'm glad we touched on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm glad you also brought up like going back to his house.
Right.
Like on the first date, you know what? Just if it feels right, God bless. That's not gonna like be
no. I don't think you should do it. Yeah.
You just don't think you should do it.
No.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
What about this? Here's my favorite.
Sure.
Come over, sleep over, but no sex on the first date.
Horrible idea.
That'd be amazing.
Horrible.
That's perfect.
Because the sleepover is more intimate than
But
sex.
exactly. So it's like but it's like you're having intimacy without having the sex.
What do you have to look forward to?
The sex, I guess.
No, the sleepover is a fun thing to have to look forward to.
I love a sleepover.
So just anticipate it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The hottest thing, I love when girls, like, when they make it known that, like, yeah, this is going to happen, but it's like, it will, but it's like, just on my time,
Right. Well, I like I like the quote and or like the saying. Someone actually told me this, and I share it with my listeners. It's like we're not like on that chapter yet. We're like reading the
Mm.
same book, but we're not at that
Yeah,
chapter yet.
love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like less mystery in dating.
Right,
Everyone
right,
should just
right.
be very upfront.
Right.
And so thank you for having me.
Thank you for
I
coming. So
appreciate
you
that.
told us where to watch the special,
Yes.
but where do we follow you?
Oh, just on at Dylan Landon on Instagram. I appreciate that.
Love it.
But all good things. Would definitely want to hang out with you more and talk more and do
Yeah.
some events together.
Guys, Dylan's gonna come to camp, so if you want to meet him in person,
Wow, that'd be fun.
that's where you
Hi
go.
guys, how are you? But Lindsey, you've been amazing. Thank you so much. Really respect what you got going on. Shout out to all your listeners, and they could hit me up for dating advice
Totally.
for sure. I'll keep it straight, obviously. And then you have a new venture to get into with the setting guys up for dates.
Yeah,
And
thank you for that.
here's my advice. You could have like in first date, dinner vibe, and like maybe like you're already dating.
Right,
So like
right.
that's perfect.
Yeah,
sort
I
of like,
have all the ideas in my head
exactly.
because of you. Thank you so much.
You got it. All right, thanks,
This was
Lindsey.
so fun.
Yeah.